This is an overview of my 2025 Hyundai Kona preferred package. So you can see the preferred package. The way you can tell it's a preferred package as compared to essential is by the roof rails. And the way you can distinguish it from the end line is by the daytime running lights. The LED bar is not full. It cuts in half, whereas in the end line, it is a full LED. Okay, so moving along the side, look at the passenger side. See the door panels. They're very plasticky and cheap, but they do the job. Looking at the back, you have two USB-C chargers, and the seats fold back 40-60. So if I can demonstrate it for you. So let's take a look at the trunk. It's a button you press. That's what it looks like. It's pretty big, but it doesn't come with a spare tire. Instead, it comes with a mobility kit, which allows you to inflate your tire, or if you have flats, it'll help you repair them. So the trunk cover actually comes off. If you take it off here, it'll actually come off. You can just attach them. All right, so when you're closing it, it's a little bit heavy, but it's nothing that you can't handle. Moving along the side, let's get into the driver's side now. Okay, so like I've mentioned already, zoom out a little bit. The door panels are plasticky and they feel kind of cheap. So there's a door handle and the buttons that you have down here. But then again, in this price range, can't really complain. So when you get into the car, I forgot to mention, the seats are not automatic. They're manual. I'll get out and show you again. Manual seats. Door. You have some buttons down here. So you have the handbrake, you have downhill assist, stability control, and you can change the brightness of the instrument cluster. Okay, getting into the car. All right, so let's turn on the car. It has a push to start. Press it, start it. And once you start it, it'll ask you to select a profile. If you don't select anything, it'll automatically go away after 10 seconds. The infotainment system is pretty basic, but it is very responsive. It's touch. And you can select different modes, connect your phone. It has wireless CarPlay and Android Auto. As you have the media, you have AM, FM, Bluetooth audio, and you have some sounds, which it can play some sounds for you. These are built in. Anyway, other than that, there's really not that much going on. You have the settings. The settings, you can kind of set up all the features that the car has. You still have physical buttons for the volume control. You have a home button that takes you to the home screen. You have a map button, which this car does not come with a navigation. However, if you connect your phone, it'll open up your map application on your phone. So for me, it sometimes opens up Waze, sometimes it opens up Google Map, and sometimes it opens Apple Maps. Search allows you to search the car functionalities and I guess your contacts or some of the media if you have them saved into the car. Media allows you to select your media if it's with USB or if it's with Bluetooth audio. So you can see that's still playing right now. Anyway, you have your hazard light, previous track, next track, start button, which you can actually configure. You press it, you can select what you want it to do. If you wanted to answer a call, reject a call, go to the phone function, driving assist settings, radio, Bluetooth, you can set these up. You can actually customize this button as well as the two buttons on the steering wheel. You have the mode button and you have the start button. You can actually configure these two as well right here. You can actually configure the up and down as well here. You have setup that takes you to the setup screen, and finally you have a tune knob, which I guess it works for the radio. Never actually used it. Then you have the climate control. In my car, it has the basic package, so it doesn't have any added technology package or anything else. So it doesn't have dual climate control, doesn't have any other packages added to it that'll make this part different. If you have the technology package, I guess you might have wireless charging, and if you have a sport package, I believe, I'm not sure, you might have your gear selector instead of the middle on the side. You can have it on the side. So moving along down, you have two USB-C connectors. One of them allows you to either choose if you want to charge or if you want to connect your phone as a storage. So if you press the button, you can select it. The other one is just for charge. I have a power outlet here as well. Press it, it'll open. Then I don't have the wireless charger in the car, so I just use the USB-C. Moving along down, you have the drive select mode. The drive select mode in this car, my car is a front wheel drive, it doesn't have all wheel drive. So it only has, if you press it, you have sport mode and you have normal mode. In other trims, you also have the snow mode, which I used to have on my previous car, which I really liked. It's a pity that this car doesn't have it, but I guess it comes on the all-wheel drive. You have the heated steering, heated seat, auto hold, which allows the car to automatically brake when you press the brake pedal at the traffic light. It'll stop the car for you. You have the rear camera, which is actually very high resolution. And finally, you have a passenger heated seat. So getting into some of the things that I have problems with. The first thing is that the infotainment system is a little bit far. So it's a little bit hard to reach. It is fine, it's manageable, but if you have a seat back, it might be a little bit hard to reach it. Moving along down, you have an armrest. And the armrest has a button. You press the button, it opens up a little tiny storage here. It gets covered. If you lift this up, you have a big storage down here, which is exposed. So when you close the armrest, the storage down here is actually exposed. This is another problem for me because I don't know how I feel about having people from the outside being able to see what I have stored in the car. This portion is covered, but it's not big enough. The other problem I have with the center console is that I sometimes like to rest my hand on the gear selector. And if I have water bottles, which I have here, if the water bottle is a little bit too tall, it will interfere with your arm. So you won't be able to rest your arm completely on this with comfort. Speaking of which, you have cup holders. They're adaptive. And on the side, you have a little opening, which I tend to put my phone. back to the storage down here. The problem I have with the storage down here is that it is a little bit too big and too wide for my phone. I'm using my phone to film this, but I have a power bank which is roughly the same size, as a phone. And if you put it here, you can see that it doesn't completely fill the area. So there's opening on the sides, and when you drive, it tends to rattle around. Same thing happens when you connect your phone to the car. So you can see when you have it connected, you leave it here, then the phone no longer rests completely inside. So there is a chance if you make a sharp turn, it'll just fall out. That is the other problem I have with it. Moving on to the instrument cluster and the steering wheel. So Hyundai doesn't have the traditional logo on this car. They have the 4 dots. Looks good. I have no problem with it. The instrument cluster is very basic. So you can press the menu button down here to toggle through the options. Not much happens. You have your trip. And as you can see, I've averaged 8.4 liter per 100 kilometers, which is pretty efficient. You toggle, you have your safety. You have your safety menu. And you have your tire pressure, which becomes available when you're driving. That's it. There's no more customization. And you have your cruise control. Now, this car does come with adaptive cruise, so it'll keep you a safe distance from the car in front of you, and you can select it with this button. It also has lane departure, lane keeping assist, and you can turn them off with this button. And it also has a blind spot monitoring. Then you have the mode button, which you can configure. You have the start button, which you can also configure. You can talk to the car, which if your car is not equipped, you can talk to your phone. And you have a phone button. It's the volume knob. And this is the next track, previous track. And on this side, you have your cruise speed setting, as well as the menu turn knob, which you can change right here. Moving on to the side, I showed the window buttons, window down, window up. And the problem I have with the button is that it sometimes gets stuck, specifically the driver's side. So if you take a look, when I press this, I'm pressing it right now, but the window is not coming down. I have to press a little bit harder for it to come down. Mind you, I don't have the same problem on the passenger side. See, just a small press and it'll turn it down, and it'll bring it down. It also have an automatic up and down. So with one press of button, it'll go up and down, only on the passenger and the driver's side. So then you have the sun visor. The light doesn't automatically come on when you open the mirror. It has a light switch, but the switch, when you press it on, you either have to turn it off, or if you leave it on, when you close the visor, it'll automatically turn off by itself. If you're reading lights, and that is it. Moving along the side, you have this weird thing here, which I do not understand. I don't know if it's a speaker. It is. I have no idea what this is. So if you know what it is, feel free to let me know. The thing I forgot to mention is that the preferred package does come with tinted windows at the back, the rear, and the back. So these are tinted. So this is good. It kind of helps with when I mentioned how you can see the center console. Finally, I want to talk about the key. So this is the key. And it has a Hyundai logo. And that is it. I am not sure how I feel about it. It feels light. It feels cheap. It is plasticky. It gets scratched. As you can see, I already have mine scratched. And it's just, it feels like an afterthought. So aside from the look and the cheapness of it, the other problem I have with it is that this car has a keyless entry. So you can keep the key in your pocket and just press the button on the door handle to lock or unlock the car. Cars that have this feature usually have an emergency key. An emergency key is embedded into the key fob. Not in this case. Nope. They give you a separate key, which you always need to attach to the fob, which comes with a cover, and the cover often comes off easily. That means if you have it in your purse or your pocket or wherever, there's a very good chance that you will lose the cover. I don't know what Hyundai was thinking. Everything is good in this car. I'm very happy with this car, but this right here seems like an afterthought. All right, so this was kind of my overview of the car. Wanted to give you my impressions of what I like, what I don't like. To sum it up, it's a very good car, very efficient. I'm very happy with it, but there are some things that could be better. So for example, the door feels cheap. The buttons feel cheap. I don't know what this is. The lack of storage for your phone, at least in my trim. The lack of snow mode, which I talked about. And the storage down here, which I mentioned is exposed. And your armrest situation, which if you have water bottles, your arm will hit them. All right, so this was an overview of my car. Feel free to let me know if you have any questions or comments. Thank you.